So you've uploaded your digital product, you've made your listing, and crickets. No sales, no views. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the real reasons why your Etsy shop is not getting views or sales, and we're going to discuss how to finally get it seen and get you sales. First things first, your Etsy shop is not just a visually appealing store. You want to actually make your Etsy shop SEO friendly. It's really important that you look at the whole picture with your Etsy shop because it's not just about visuals, it's actually about the SEO that your shop is promoting. So keywords, and not just fun keywords like you've created a printable and then your keyword is printable. I'm talking about long form keywords and long tail keywords, and these are basically full descriptions of your product that are being actively searched on Etsy. For example, if you're creating a digital planner, you don't want it to just be digital planner or cute planner. I see a lot of people doing this and they're spending so much time on the visuals and these cute little words that it's actually not getting them seen. So if you're making a digital planner, what's the digital planner for? Is it for moms trying to budget? Is it for students in school? Is it for just basic little planning for day-to-day lifestyle? It depends on the person, it depends on the product, but your title needs to reflect that. So if you're just putting things like cute printable or cute planner into your description or into your title, it's not going to get you seen. And another important factor here is that I always look at new Etsy shops and I always see that the visuals become the most important part before even thinking about the back end stuff. And on Etsy, the back end is what truly matters. Etsy ranks listings based on its relevance, based on its SEO, based on its engagement. So your digital product needs to do much more than just be visually appealing. Being visually appealing helps, but it's not the end all be all when it comes to your Etsy shop. If you focus on search first by, looking into other digital products that are similar to yours, or looking in the search bar and the descriptions there, it will really help you. And then you kind of focus on the search first part and then you do the visuals second, because they both come hand in hand, but without the search, the visuals genuinely just don't matter. Another issue that I'm seeing is that your digital product is just not clickable. And what I mean with clickable is that when someone looks at your digital product, they kind of just give it a quick glance and then they keep moving and they click another one. Why is that? It could potentially be the thumbnail of your image. So if your image is messy, if there's too many colors, if it's not clear, someone is going to keep moving on to the next thing because it psychologically messes with them and they just don't want to deal with it. If you focus on a clear title with bold, simple fonts, you will go far. So I usually will take a simple photo of my digital product, I'll make it into a mock-up using Canva, and then I'll put a clear, bold title, maybe at the top or in the middle, wherever it makes sense, of the digital product and what it is. That is the first thing. So when it's super clickable like that with a thumbnail that stands out amongst the rest of them, but is just simple and clean, it will help you get further along in your digital product journey. Second of all, along the same lines, your title can show these keywords with also showing the benefit of the product. So, for example, you want to front load your title with value. So, say you're selling a business card. You want to make the first part of it business card template, then you want to make it say editable Canva design, and then it kind of shows what people can do with this digital product. And then I usually separate that again with a comma or a little dash, and I would put something like instant download, editable Canva design. So you're just reiterating the importance of this product and how easy it is to use for someone that has a Canva account. So you're stating the product, you're using those keywords, and then you're also showing how they can use it all in the title right away. That will just really help you get the clicks, and it will help you stand out from your competitors that may not be doing the same thing in their titles. For mockups, I just use Canva's Smart Mockup Generator. It's great. It's a super simple tool, and I always use that one. There's also Placeit, and if you type into Google free mockup generators, there's a whole bunch of them. So feel free, play around with them, and definitely use them in your thumbnails. Another thing I find people do, and honestly, I was extremely guilty of this at the beginning, is I was creating things that I liked, but I wasn't creating things that people are actually searching for. So you might be skipping the market research at the very beginning of selling digital products, and this is actually the most important thing to do. You want to make sure that you are looking at what other people are buying that are similar to what you're wanting to create so that you can create something that you like, but it's also what's being bought. The first thing that I do is I actually use Etsy search autocomplete. So basically I go to the search bar and I will type in wedding, for example, if I want to create some sort of wedding template, and I will look and see at what it finishes with what the wedding template is. And then basically that's what people are actively searching on Etsy. So it will actually help you create a trending digital product that will get you the sales. Another thing I use is Pinterest Trends. It basically does the same thing and it allows you to see what people are actively searching for and what they're wanting. And really, this just helps you eliminate all the extra work of creating a product that no one will buy. Another little sneaky hack that I do is I actually look at my competition and I look at the competition that's created similar products to what I want to create. And I even look at their reviews, I look at their description, and I just swipe through their listing to see what they're offering that I could offer similarly that will help me get the views, that helps you stand out from the other competition, but also helps you become one of the top ranking shops yourself. The next problem is another one that I was guilty of at the very beginning, and it's creating descriptions that just make no sense and are offering no value and not explaining your product at all. So here's the solution. I'm going to break it down into what you can do, almost like a little formula that you can do to help make sure that your descriptions are offering value and they're not just boring little write-ups that have nothing to really do with the product itself. So you are going to use a structure like this. First things first, you want to discuss what it is. So maybe it's a 10-page editable wedding template. There you go. That's like the first point of your description. The next part is you want to discuss why it helps. So maybe it helps you plan a wedding faster. It helps you kind of limit sending invitations. Maybe it helps you just create an invitation quickly. Some people just don't want to spend the time. Maybe it's a planner and you want to discuss how it keeps you organized. Little things like that is important to keep in the description because you're showing the customer how your product adds value. Next, you want to discuss what's included. So in those 10 pages, is there anything unique? Is there anything fun? Just little things like that you can put in the description is key there. Then I talk about how to use it. So I usually will upload a link into a PDF. So I'll kind of explain to someone the process of how to get access to the template. That's super simple because maybe your buyer, it's their first time kind of starting to use Canva. So this just helps you eliminate any issues. And then I talk about how it's an instant download and any frequently asked questions, and also about how there's no refunds on digital products. So I kind of just reiterate things that Etsy pushes as well, but it makes it so that you can get better reviews and nothing's left out for your customers. Next up is a little marketing hack, but you cannot solely rely on Etsy's SEO to help push your products. Etsy actually rewards shops that are spending time getting traffic outside of Etsy itself. So my little hidden trick, and I know a lot of other sellers' hidden tricks, is using Pinterest. And basically the key with Pinterest is you use similar keywords that are found in Pinterest Trends or Etsy autocomplete, and you create pins of your digital products with the same descriptions and the same style of titles. And then what you do is you link it directly back to Etsy. So if you're not putting in that effort outside of Etsy, Etsy kind of doesn't reward you at first, and it takes longer to get that traffic. So every time I create a new product, I automatically go over to Pinterest and I share it, and I just format it with Canva's Pinterest pin tools, and it is ready to go. It's really not that much extra work, and it will really get you going further on Etsy. So definitely try that out if you haven't already. And you can also offer some sort of a freebie to grow an email list if you want. You can promote your products on TikTok or Instagram, whatever the case may be. I just find Pinterest is my secret weapon, so I'm definitely not going to gatekeep it with you. So that's a super simple formula, and these are some reasons why your shop probably isn't ranking well right now on Etsy, and these are ways that you can improve it just with those little tips that I gave you in the video. So definitely write them down if you haven't. And really, you're not sucking at Etsy, and even if you're new, there's capabilities to grow. It's just that you don't have the strategy yet, and with these little implementations, I guarantee you your products will start selling and you'll start getting that traffic. Maybe it'll start with views and then it will grow to sales. It all just takes time, but Etsy does reward hard work. So just keep at it and really focus on that SEO and spend some time learning a little bit about keywords and doing autocomplete and market research, and you will go very, very far. Definitely hit the like button if this gave you some clarity. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I give out free tips all the time. And if you're interested, drop a comment below with a link to your Etsy shop and I'll check it out, and maybe I can do a video giving you some little tips on what you can do to improve your shop. So until next time, happy creating.